What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Kristen Ayana, and before we get into this episode, I just gotta say, make sure that y'all subscribe, like, and turn those post notifications on, and stay tuned with Black Talk Radio. Welcome to Black Talk Radio, hosted by Kristen Ayana. Listen as we discuss the latest in Black culture, Black news, and Black entertainment. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Kristen Ayana, and welcome back to Black Talk Radio, where we discuss the latest in Black culture, news, and entertainment. Now, I'm very excited because I got two special guests in the building with me today. Who do I have?
I go by the name of DJ Pat Lax, and I am accompanied by my son, Xander.
Hey, guys. Hi.
How you doing, Xander? Say hi. Oh, he's ready to run.
You're off? You're done already? He's giving me the look back like, girl, I am out of here.
That's Luigi.
Right. His toys. Now, for those who don't know, can you just tell us, of course, where are you from and like what made you start getting into music and of course like being a DJ?
Okay, so I am born in Brooklyn actually, but I was mostly raised in Staten Island.
Okay.
In which of those years, obviously, I spent majority of my life in Staten Island, so I would say Staten Island is what made me.
What is the vibes like in Staten Island? I don't think I've ever been there.
It's really a microcosm of itself. You really just see the same people, or you're connected to the same type of people. It's a small community. Everybody knows each other.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know Staten Island is like a North Shore versus South Shore thing, meaning like it's separated with, two different cultures. The North Shore is more like the, I would say, not like it's more of like, you're going to see people of color and stuff like that.
Okay.
You got the projects and everything up there. And then you go down south, it's a whole different world. It's like the Trump supporters and everything.
Not the Trumpers.
COVID. Yeah. A lot of this stuff you probably saw in COVID and stuff. So definitely it's its own world. And I've been there my whole life.
Would you like to say something about Staten Island? Yeah. Yeah? What would you like to say? So, can you talk to us, you talked to us a little bit about growing up in Staten Island, but I want to get into, like, the New York, Afrobeat scene, and then, just your experience being a DJ that's, like, catering to that.
So, being in New York, the Afrobeat scene, first of all, every like, I won't even say African, but I'm Nigerian, so we're all connected. And Nigerians are known for the best Afro beats, and all over. We have the best Afrobeat artists, without a doubt. Afrobeats we can basically say originated in Nigeria. So
Right.
First of all, like being an Afrobeats DJ in New York and a Nigerian DJ, it's definitely like everything is connected. And I've definitely been blessed to be in the spectrum of that genre music. I didn't really originate in it, but obviously it originated in me. I used to listen to Afro beats when I was in the locker room playing football and lacrosse. So like, when I became a DJ, it was like already known to have a folder of it, but it wasn't my forte when I first started. I loved hip hop and all that, but once you started realizing Afro beats is what moves people and stuff like that, you kind of, it's like a rhetorical thing to just,
Right.
with that.
That makes sense. And I definitely feel like we've seen a big, like, surge in Afrobeats culture, like, over the years for sure.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm Jamaican, so I grew up on dancehall and reggae.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, when was I introduced to Afrobeats? Like, what year was that? I definitely feel like maybe high school for me.
Yeah.
I
graduated in 15. When did you graduate? I
graduated 2017.
Yeah, so that's what exactly.
Yeah, so that, like, that Wizkid.
I was like one dance, yeah. Wizkid,
yeah, exactly.
I think 2018 was Wizkid Drake, but Wizkid, was still popular. 2017, I think, Oju Like Ba. He had other tracks as well too. That was out. Davido was popular.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people. Wande Cole, Don Jazzy. There was a lot of big artists. Olamide, that was
right. Now, I know you mentioned that you didn't start, off rip just doing like Afro beats when you started DJing. Talk to us about like the first time you DJ'd and what that experience was like, and like how did you get into it?
Yeah, so a lot of people know that, like, I've always been a computer guy, so I always had virtual programs on my computer,
Mhm.
like virtual DJ, all that, since I was very young. But that doesn't make me a DJ. Being a DJ is like a whole different ball game. And I first started with an event at a studio that I was working for with a friend,
Mhm.
and I basically was just like the handy guy in the studio that would just come around, be lively to the people that come in, just be energetic. And then one day we had a release party for the studio, and
Mm.
we just was like, yo, we need a DJ. I'm like, how much y'all paying the DJ? I found out. I'm like, hold on, I can press play too.
I
Like, you
could
know what I'm
do
saying?
it.
So then, that's what first started me. Shout out to Cree Studios at the time. It's very much not a studios now, but
Mhm.
it was an idea of a friend of mine, and continuous from that, other people saw that and was like, "Yo, wait a minute, like Pat Lax would be a good DJ," because that's always was
Mm.
my name. And from there, I just kind of like started just I basically just started to touch rooms that needed DJs a lot, especially
Okay.
like Contra, since my good friend was also a promoter there as well too.
Mhm.
And I just ended up being the opening DJ for all the big DJs that came in there most of the time. And I really didn't know what I was doing, but I just Googled it, and I found a way to connect my laptop to press play, That's all I knew
Mm.
how, what I'm saying, to press play, So when I first started, I was kind of like all right, press play,
You were
type
winging
of
it.
DJ, yeah, winging it for real. Yeah, yeah,
I think he agrees.
yeah. You excited?
Now, I love that though because it's so crazy how one small thing or something that you think like is micro, where it's like, oh, you guys want to pay a DJ? Well, I could just do it, has turned into like
Something so big.
so big, right? Like, who did you think in that moment, like, okay, this was going to be something that you would be doing for years?
Um, Phew. Honestly, when I do things, I don't ever think about it like that. It's just crazy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Um, I won't say I did it for the moment, but I kind of less did it just like, you know what? I also was going through some troubling time,
Mm-hmm.
with my life personally, where I was just like, I didn't really have no other option. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it kind of was like, it was this or nothing. I also was making beats as well.
Mm.
I was a producer, not really like as known as a DJ as I was as a producer.
Right.
I wasn't as known as a producer
Just
as I
as you
was a
as a
DJ. I'm
DJ.
sorry, that came out so wrong. But I don't know. I just feel like DJing was it was it for me, like it was something that was like, how can you go wrong with this, you know what
It
I'm
was your
saying?
calling.
Yeah, it was my calling for
Yeah.
sure.
I love that. Like the first time I saw you DJ was at an event. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the store.
Are you talking about twin past the aux event,
Yeah,
the
and I went
networking event?
there. I ended up going to this event because one of my homegirls, she was like reviewing the artist's music.
Okay.
So I seen that she was going to be there. So I'm like, okay, let me go. Like, I normally try to like go places, scout out different artists, and then your DJ set was so good, and I found your Instagram,
Thank
but
you, I appreciate it.
we never got to connect at the
Yeah,
event.
I
So
think.
I'm glad you're here now.
Yeah, where was I rushing out to go to that? Oh, I promised a family friend that I would DJ the baby shower. So yeah, it was kind of hard for me to to like wait for the end of the event because it was like
Yeah,
right when I had to leave. So I was just like, all right, let me get out of here now. But
yeah,
I do appreciate that.
yeah. It
It's
was
funny
good.
because that set didn't really feel like my best.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. I felt
I
like
liked it, but
yeah,
I think like for me, I like the Afro beats music. You was playing a little bit of dance hall.
yeah,
Like those are all the things I like. Like I'm the type of girl, like no tea, no shade. When I go to a
yeah,
party, I really don't want to hear rap.
yeah.
Like I want to hear music that's gonna make me dance. So for
Okay.
me personally, I loved it.
Sexy Red don't make y'all dance though.
Wait, shout out to Sexy Red though. I love her down.
Yeah,
If y'all haven't seen my Sexy Red interview, go watch that.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I
yeah.
mean, I'm Jamaican. I feel like at heart,
Okay.
it's certain beats I need to hear.
Well, luckily, I do love the Caribbean side of the music that I play too.
Hmm.
I love dancehall reggae as well, just as much as I love Afro beats. So definitely is like something to take note of. Definitely do a lot of Afro Caribbean events as well. So
Okay, yeah, fire. I love that.
yeah,
I definitely think Nigerians and Jamaicans, we're like besties
yeah,
from
and they just open up our borders to
right to
just
fly
fly freely to
back and forth.
places. Yeah,
Definitely, definitely.
yeah, that's pretty dope.
So my next question for you is, I know you're a dad, obviously. So can you just tell us what your experience has been like, juggling fatherhood while being like a DJ entrepreneur?
So my son is today he is 18 months old right now,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a year and a half. So it's fairly new to me, but at this point I'm well adjusted. This is my second Father's Day I just encountered after, and it definitely is a new thing to be around, time wise. Just balancing everything has definitely been difficult. Stress has been shown in me, mentally,
Mm-hmm.
physically, spiritually, but it's something I would never pass up on. It's the opportunity of a lifetime to be his father, and it's been great. Balancing it though, it starts getting a little bit easier, through time.
Mm.
Especially with the help of my family as well too. My immediate family helps out a lot. Definitely being a single father is not hard because of them. So it's pretty dope. His aunts and his uncles, his grandmother, his great grandmother, they all love him equally. So it's really dope.
I love that.
Yeah,
I definitely think it takes a village for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. And not everybody has that, so I'm very blessed to say I do. So
Mm-hmm. Is there other like toddlers like his age in your family or no?
nah, he's actually my mother's first grandchild.
Oh.
Yeah, he's and my mom and dad. It's not like you know anybody had kids or anything
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like because I have half siblings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody had kids. And I'm my mother's youngest.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's the first.
Are you having fun? Yes. Can I get a high five?
High five, high five. He thinks he's wanting toys.
No, you could keep them. You can keep them. You're welcome. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love the kids. Oh, high five.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good job. Clap for
Okay.
yourselves in the clap, 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 clap. He's like, nah, not right now.
Not the side eye. So, as a DJ, right? What would you say is like some of your must-haves before like doing your DJ set? And are you ever nervous before an event?
um, I definitely do remember doing like my first Afro Carnival event, which is
Mm-hmm.
a event produced by the BT Group, DJ Tunes, Terry, Danny, Jelani, and all of them. Shout out to them, are really good big friends, like in the
Mm-hmm.
industry. You know what I'm saying? I remember doing my first Afro Carnival. It was definitely nerve wracking. I was at the Knockdown Center. Everybody keeps telling me this is where everyday people is. This is where all these big parties is. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is God Tunes got me DJing this crap for? Like, you know what I'm saying? But, as I started doing it and I'm sweating and all the nerves away, it
Mm-hmm.
got, better. But, I would say that was like the first time I ever got nervous before a DJ set. And then since then, I feel like my nerves kind of just shifted away as soon as I pressed play. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that makes sense.
Definitely before I walk up to the booth, I get nervous regardless, even fast forwarding now to last year,
Mm-hmm.
when I did a big tour with Cleotrapa and stuff like that, I definitely felt the nerves walking on that stage.
Walking on that stage.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting because I feel like as creatives, sometimes we're always nervous or have moments of being nervous, but we're meant to be there.
Yeah.
Um, and I think the more we do something, the less nervous we become.
Yeah, absolutely.
How was your tour being on tour with Cleotrapa? What was that experience like?
So Cleo actually, as you guys know, the tour ended abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
But she had asked me to join the tour when she went to Boston.
Okay.
And then she came back to New York twice after that. So we did 3 dates together.
Mm-hmm.
She actually did 4 dates on the tour before.
And this is the tour with Ice Spice.
Yes, yes. And she was opening up with Cash Cobain, and it was Riot, her DJ, and it was me as her DJ as well too. But before Riot and Cash Cobain went on the stage, she kind of was like the act to start up everything, So it was really dope. It was a great experience. It was actually her first musical journey as well too. So
Okay.
not she can make music. Yeah, she's always made music for a long time, but you know, she wasn't always like she's never experienced a tour as well too before that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So it
So
was like a first time experience for both of you guys.
well, I would say for her
Her
to be like an artist on tour. I've experienced
tour, yeah.
touring, obviously as a DJ. You know, I'm traveling to different cities and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it was her first time, you know, really on that type of time, I would say. You know, and
Yeah.
it was a great experience for her too, for us meeting new people, seeing how the industry works. And Ice Spice is like a machine. You know, she's not like
Mm-hmm.
some regular artist. You know, she's a machine. You know, Papa, hold on, let me see the Luigi. I'm gonna try to swap it. Luigi.
Better.
You can put that in your mouth. He's like, yeah.
No, I definitely feel you. I've done a couple of festivals where Ice Spice has performed, and
Yeah.
the way people like
Right.
really run up to her is something. It's something serious
Yeah,
for sure.
she's definitely a machine for sure. So it's not like you just on tour with like, you know, it's not like some regular artist in New York, you know, getting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or like somebody that doesn't have like a big mainstream following. You know, she's like a world sensation. When you see her, everybody knows her. She's on Nickelodeon. She's on this. She's on that.
Yeah,
So
I feel that.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember just like seeing her perform, and people like the festival I seen her perform at, people were saying that she had like the best performance
yeah,
out of the whole entire everyone that performed. But Coco Jones had also performed
yeah,
at this festival, and she performed in the pouring rain.
yeah,
So
yeah. And then also too, you know,
my opinion is a little.
yeah, Ice Spice also too. She has like that gravitated music too. It's like her beats are very, you know, they catch your attention. Everything is like made to make you look at her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I would definitely say like Ice is you know, she's a well put together artist. Well put together artist.
Mm-hmm.
But for us to be on that tour and everything, you know, from the headlines that you guys saw and everything, like you know, obviously you got to garnish everybody the same way when you're on the tour. So you know, it was kind of difficult, you know, to keep up with all of that type of stuff. You
Yeah.
know, as you can see, you know, and I'll let Cleotrapa talk about her business herself. You know, I
Right.
don't really get into the politics of what happened, but you know, it definitely was a great experience to be there. I would love to continue being on tour like that, you know, like with artists
Yeah.
like that, you know, Cleotrapa and Ice Spice, you know, because you know, obviously it was Ice Spice's tour, but Cleotrapa, everybody knew her, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Once she was announced to be on that tour, everybody loved it, you know, so I thought it was a good idea, you know. I wish we would have continued going, but you know, there's a business besides the
Yeah,
things
of
that we
course.
see on the, you know,
And I
on the
feel
tour,
like, it's a business side of things always, but also like a morality side of it
Exactly,
too.
exactly.
Like I think something because I've been working entertainment between like television and my own brand for like over 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think something that I'm really big on is like the idea that like people deserve to struggle, right?
Yeah, I
Or
hear that
like
so.
be treated less than, like, oh, just be grateful that you have a
I
spot.
hear
And
it
it's
so
like,
much. I hear it so much.
no, like you're actually treating me horribly, and I shouldn't have to deal with this because like of to gain an opportunity.
And you want to know what's so crazy? When Cleo hit me up to do the tour, I did not know nothing like that was going on. I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
the thing about me and Cleo is like, actually, when I first was throwing my parties, I had a party called March Madness that I used to throw in March,
Mm-hmm.
and Cleo was actually one of my first performing artists
Oh
ever.
wow.
Like back in 2019 or 18. I can't remember the specific year. 18 and 19 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Cleo was like, yo, this is my first time ever performing, blah, blah. Cleo pulled up her biker jeans, you know what I'm saying? Leather biker jeans, you know what I mean? I forgot what shoes she had on, white t-shirt. And she came and performed, you know, and she did her thing. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, in my area, my microcosm of Staten Island was all probably like thinking like, oh, why the hell this dude got this girl
Mm-hmm.
performing here? But, you know, it's just about energy with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's always been about that. I never told her she had to do anything, you know? I
Mm-hmm.
even felt bad telling her like, yo, I can't pay you, but, you know, you could come and
Mm-hmm.
join my stage, help me sell tickets, you know? And she did it, you know? She didn't mind it, you know? So, you know, definitely like, you know, I definitely am not somebody that thinks that way. But I kind of understand it, but it's to a certain
Certain
extent.
extent,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
that's me
saying?
too.
You
Like,
don't go around different cities and just tell somebody they gotta find their way. You know what I mean? You can tell somebody you're going around different cities, but I'm at the Ritz Carlton. You can stay at the Best Western. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
mm-hmm.
don't got it. I mean, I'm that's me. I don't know
Right.
about them. That's like they're different. They have a different friendship.
And I think,
You know?
and I think but also too, like, this is your friend,
Yeah,
question mark.
yeah.
Like, I
Yeah, that's
just,
that's why it's like a lot of underlying layers that I can't really get on because
right.
I don't know their friendship. I've never seen them besides like, when I started joining the tour, we're doing sound checks and I'm starting to realize like, all right, they're not even giving her a sound check. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Like,
all right, cool. We got a sound check in Boston, but it was only for like 5 minutes. All right, cool. We get back to New York. New York is chaotic. You know what I mean? Because
mm-hmm,
everybody's coming back home. So it's like now it's chaotic. And then, I heard about Philly, which was before Boston. I didn't get to join Philly, but luckily there was another DJ on the tour as well that's from our area, Class Act. And he's if you go on TikTok, he was out there posting his experience as well too. So
mm,
like, they treated, they didn't treat her like she was even, or you know, even if you look at it as well too, Ice was on the tour, yeah, but she was with Cleo and Cash Cobain, you know what I'm saying, and Riot. So Cash Cobain and Riot, they didn't get treated like that, like,
right. And that's my problem.
yeah,
But I'm not even about to go
yeah,
into
we
it.
don't gotta get too much into that. It's crazy that happened
But
though.
I think, it's like, I still love the fact that you were able to be on some
Yeah,
of those shows and like expose yourself as a DJ, because to your point, like, that's a dope audience and a
yeah.
big audience at that.
Yes, yes, certainly, certainly. And
But
luckily though that I got to experience some of that, like traveling and
mhm.
going to different cities. Also with DJ Tunes, he does his like DJ Tunes blackout event,
Yeah.
and it goes all over the country and the world, all over. And luckily with him, I was able to experience like that type of environment. It wasn't as big as that, but
Mhm.
it was definitely certainly just as good, for me. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of things in the future I'm sure I'm going to be able to do.
Yeah, the tours are coming.
Yeah,
We
for
gonna be
sure.
we gonna be
Somebody's out there, they're
seeing
gonna
we
make
gonna
the
be
right
seeing
decision.
you on tour.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of like this situation and just it was all over social media. I have to ask, like, as a creative, what are your thoughts on social media and how do you use it to elevate your brand? And like, when do you decide, you know what?
So
Peace
social,
out.
yeah. So social media is really funny because, as you can see, I can organically gain about 20,000 followers on Instagram. Um, and before I even became a DJ, I had like about 5, 6,000 followers. You know what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say? Organically. So I would say, we're not leaving yet, Bob. Put your shoes down.
We almost
We
done. You
almost
ready to
done.
go?
So I would say like since I organically gained my followers and I had followers before I became a DJ, it was kind of already there for me.
Okay.
But you still have to shift yourself into doing stuff to find the people that you want to be
Mm,
in your brand. And I didn't have money to just pay for promotion and
right.
do all these different things. So I was kind of like just navigating through social media by following people. Like through similar
Mm,
pages. I was performing at SOBs and then I see that everybody liked the page. I mean, the flyer with my name on it, so I'm following everybody in the flyer likes. You know what I'm saying? I'm following this
mm.
many people to the point where I'm following the maximum amount of followers on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And I just always connected with people through social media. I love talking to people through the DMs. There's times where I don't reply. I'm not a perfect person where I
Hmm.
can just have this ample amount of time to talk to people on social media, but I try to engage with people as quick as I can, as fast as I can. If people have questions, I'm always there to answer.
Right.
And now with AI, it's pretty much easy too, because you can automatically reply to people, so it's pretty cool. But it definitely is. It definitely is cool using Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and all these different platforms to post reels, post
Hmm.
videos, tweets. Facebook as well. You got the Instagram reels on Facebook now. Everything's pretty dope. So
I agree. I love that. What happened with you? You be on Instagram?
yeah, he got his own little Instagram going out, running. I locked it though. I got his page private until
Yeah.
I figure it out.
I'm like a social media kid.
Hmm.
Like, I had a Twitter in middle school.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I was the same way
Um,
too.
but I feel like for me, okay, so like, this is my podcast and I've had it for over 8 years now. And I've like used social media to obviously expand my brand, but also like my daytime job, I'm a digital producer for the Sherry Shepherd talk show.
Oh
So
wow,
like,
that's dope.
it's like social media is literally like how I pay my bills.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's been like this for years. So I wish that I had more like I had the ability to turn it off because I really don't.
Exactly, and I say that
Like,
to a lot of people too as well. Like they're always like, "Yo, just take a break when you're stressed out." I'm like, but if I don't post these events, if I'm not actively posting what I'm doing, I'm posting
I'm
these
gonna be
events,
poor.
I'm gonna be poor. This club is booking me to promote it to people. If I got to take a break, yeah, I might not be on it as much, but I got to come through and be like, all right, I got to
Yeah,
post this event at least once a day.
right,
I
exactly.
gotta. Oh, I'm booked for 7 events next week. Let me at least post 6 of them. And then the last one, I think they got it already sold out. So
Yeah,
it's definitely it's a dynamic that sucks. Like you said, you just can't shut it down because it's what makes you your bread and butter. And
right.
I hope one day I can elevate to the point where I don't really need it as much, but
Mm-hmm.
it's always gonna be there for my accessibility to just use. So you
Yeah,
know,
but I do also love like the fact that I've gotten to connect with so many people
hmm
because of social media.
yeah, yeah. No, I
Or
definitely met a
like
lot of people through social
so
media.
many cool like opportunities
Yeah,
really because of social media. And that's why I think it's also important like how your page looks.
yeah.
All that is important. Like especially for me, like when people pitch themselves to be on my podcast or whatever.
hmm
If you say you're a music artist and then I go to your page and I see nothing related to music,
hmm
I'm not gonna interview you
No.
because I don't feel like you take it serious.
Mm.
So it's nothing to talk about. So I feel like that is another role that comes into play with social media is I'm not so super big on aesthetics, but I am super big on like effort.
Yeah, you gotta make it make sense. Nobody's
Yes.
gonna pick up, something that looks like garbage off the floor and try to take it to the bank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
So
like,
I definitely think all that plays a role
yeah, certainly I understand.
in our brand, especially as entrepreneurs now. Even
Yeah,
because every business you think of is literally using social media.
yeah, it's crazy. And
Hmm.
everybody's like, so like, something goes viral. Remember the guy, Bryce Hall, whatever his name is, walking around throwing a bucket in his face. Now every brand you see
Yeah.
every brand, McDonald's doing a commercial, Wendy's, freaking
Right.
Huggies, any type of brand is like, copying whatever's viral, to make people engage. So,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's doing the track running against the car. I'm like, yo, what is going on? This guy's made a video one day. And then you remember the Target dude as well, too. I forgot that dude's name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely cool to see how, like, other brands incorporate social media into the aspect. It's definitely a necessity to use it.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk about Night Shift
Mhm,
234. Can you
mhm.
tell, for those of us who may or may not know, a little bit
Okay.
about that?
So Night Shift 234 is a new entertainment group that I'm bringing to the table. Night Shift 234 actually has not had its launch event yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I am about to release the details of that very soon. And it's
Ooh.
going to be a really good, a dope launch event. Night Shift is basically it's just a entertainment group that's revolved around like the shift of working at night. Obviously, like that's what it's always been to
Mm.
me. I felt like I was always entering a night shift. Once I went out at 9 p.m. to go DJ at a club at 11:30, and I head back home at 3 a.m. Go to Empanada Mama till 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And stuff like that. But Night Shift 234 is basically a new company that we brought up to just bring back the rhythm, is where rhythm never resets. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm.
our slogan. We want to continue to have like a rhythm at a party. You know how sometimes when a DJ comes on and they kind of switch up the rhythm, that's not how you're gonna feel there.
Everything's gonna feel cohesive.
Every cohesive, everything is gonna be, intertwined, and it's gonna be an international company. Outside of that, though, I do other things as well too, besides night shift that I have already done launch events and stuff like that for. But night shift is something new that I just created, and it's definitely going to be something that like catches a lot of people's attention as well too.
Okay.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see the details. And
Yeah.
are there any like other events that you're
Yes.
looking forward to for this summer?
So currently, right now, I am doing another installment, my second installment of Outside Agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Outside Agenda is actually the current party that I have been throwing so far.
Okay.
Outside agenda, the slogan for that is like, we're not outside for no reason. We have an agenda.
I love that.
So like,
Outside with a purpose.
outside with a purpose, because a lot of people's always like, why do I come out? And I'm always like, like I said, I connect with everybody. So it's like, you told me, this is how you felt about this. You don't get to experience this.
Mm-hmm.
So come experience it with us. You know what I'm saying? So outside agenda is that party that would definitely stay in New York. I
Okay.
don't think I'm ever going to take it out in New York unless we collaborate with other brands in
Mm-hmm.
different states. And, it's coming up July 3rd at Pianos, but we also have 2 installments coming up, and I don't exactly remember the date off the top. I think July 20th
Okay.
and August 14th, but I
Okay.
could be mistaken.
That's a couple opportunities for us to come outside.
Yes, it's a Sunday and a Thursday as well, besides the July 3rd Thursday. So, you know, the day before Independence Day, we're going to be outside with an agenda. You know, I'm going to be outside interviewing people at my parties and stuff like that. And, you know, it expands, you know. You listen to all types of music, the Afro beats, dancehall, reggae, you know, Amapiano. We love Amapiano now.
I literally heard it for the first time at Everyday People last summer.
Yeah.
That was my first experience
but you know
hearing
what's so funny? You probably might have heard it before, you just didn't know.
No.
Like,
yeah.
You know, like you heard Chris Brown Mona Lisa song when it came out.
Yeah.
It's like 2 years ago. You know? So that was Amapiano. You know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know. Everybody thought it was Afro beats, but it's like, nah, that's South Africa.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Nigerians, though, you know, we have a way of stealing things. So we took that genre and made it our own in a way.
My last question for you. If you could leave your supporters with one thing to remember about you, what would it be and why?
So okay, that's the last question. What would I leave my supporters with and why? I would leave them with the opportunity to just understand that they should never give up. You know, I feel like you know with music, you know, it's something that is an obstacle course. You know what I'm saying? You're always gonna hit a roadblock. You're always gonna hit something. I would say just stay courageous, stay poised, and just, you know, understand like who you become. When you first start, you can always change, you know, for the better, you know, and just be hopeful that, you know, things will get better, you know, because when I first started, who knew I would have come this far, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I say that to say, you know, just stay poised, stay composed, you know, and, you know, just stay blessed as well, you know. Remember to count your blessings, you know, because God can take anything away any second, you know.
Definitely.
So I always try to keep my composure, you know, for sure.
I love that because I think entertainment is like such a non-linear, tricky industry to be in. Yeah. And sometimes we could get caught up in that. Yeah. But I just want to thank you so much for chatting with me. Thank you for bringing your son. You want to say bye?
Come say bye.
You want to say bye?
Yeah? Come say bye.
Say bye. Look at the camera. Say bye.
Say bye-bye. Good boy.
And of course, we're wishing you nothing but the best.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yes. Black Talk Radio. Shout out to Black Talk Radio. DJ Pat Lax. Baby Xander, say what up. Oh, wait, now you upgraded to Tiny Xander now. Say what up.
I love it.